Welcome to the hands-on section of structures in C. And so I'll be playing around with this example that we saw in the slides. So this is the exact same code that was on the slides. Like I already mentioned, this is not going to work. And already get a hint to that by looking at this equal sign, this assignment happening on these two assignments happening on lines 17 and 18. We have these red squiggly lines under the assignment operator, the equal sign. Let's see what it has to say. A value of type const character pointer, so basically constant string, cannot be assigned to an entity of type character pointer. So we have wrong type in a sense on this side or on this side. So let me walk you through the code as it is, and then I'll try to compile this. We'll see the problem, and then we'll fix it in two different ways. So we have the struct card up here containing two character pointers, one called face, one called suit. And we end the definition of struct card using the semicolon down here. And in the main function, we create an instance of struct card called a card, and then we access its members. We assign it these constant strings ace and spades to face and suit, and then we define and initialize a pointer called card pointer to point at the structure a card. And then in the printf statement, we access the data members of a card, first using the dot operator, then the arrow operator, then the pointer card pointer, but still using the dot operator. Okay, so let me run this as is, and we have a problem. We have two errors, and it is the two assignments happening here and here. So how to fix that? Well, the first thing you can do is we can specify that these character pointers point to constant strings. We can do that. And as you can see, the squiggly lines have disappeared over here. What this means is that these character pointers are pointing at strings that are constants, that cannot be changed. And that makes perfect sense. So if I run this again, code runs. Ace of spades, ace of spades, ace of spades. Ace, spades, the off is that string that I have in between. So I'm printing out 3 lines over here that you can see. 3 lines. In each line I have 3 strings. The first one is the face value of a card, then an off, and then the suit value of the card, of a card. And first time I do a card dot face, second time I use the card pointer and arrow operator, and the next time I use the card pointer and the dot operator. Now, this is one way to address the problem. Now, maybe you don't want to constrain your card structure and make these pointers point at constant strings. That's fine. We can work around that by doing something like this. We can have, let's say, okay, let me not specify that here, but yep, so let's make this one, let's have a string array, a character array string 1, initialize it with a value ace, and let's have another character array called string 2 and initialize it with the value spades. And now down here, remember I've taken out the const keywords out of the definition of the card structure. Now over here I can now make face and suit pointers point at character arrays that have a certain size, and then that allows me to make changes to these strings as well. As you can see, this also works. This is a way around that. Instead of having ace and spades be constant strings, make ace and spades character arrays with names that can be whose values can be whose contents can be changed. Now, if I declared these two character arrays to be constant as well, I'd have the same problem again over here. You can see once these are declared constant, these pointers might try to make changes to these arrays, which they're not allowed to. So I'd have to declare these two pointers be pointing at character constant arrays again to fix the problem. And as you can see, this still works. Let me also take this opportunity to demonstrate the typedef keyword. So typedef, up here I added that in front of the struct keyword, and here I'm going to add card with a capital C. I'm going to use that over here right before the semicolon. So now I can use this structure without the struct keyword in front of it every time, which means this code can be simplified a little bit to this. So this is how I can now define a structure of type card, and that means I can also change this down here, the card pointer. I can make that be a pointer to an object of type card like this. And if I wanted to, I can even take out this up here. Completely unnecessary, right? And you can see this works too. So in this one, I've defined type card with a capital C, and what that does to my code is card is now treated, or looks, at least readability wise, looks like I have a data type, a structure actually named card, and I'm creating an instance of it over here, and so on.